everybody. This is Dr. Laura Froyen with Lunch Break with Laura. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. I hope you're settling in to watch this with us. If you're here, go ahead and say hi. And I would love to hear from you if you have any questions while we're going today. Now, so a lot of my videos, especially in the couple realm, have to do with a partner who you're currently with, who you're in a relationship with. But I also get a lot of requests from families who are navigating the world of co-parenting with an ex and who have worked to create respectful relationships even as their family has transitioned to a different structure. So I wanted to definitely give those families some tools for having a harmonious co-parenting relationship. Now, that said, of course, I think it's really important that we recognize that these skills are good in all parenting relationships. So they don't just apply to those of us who are no longer with the biological parent of our children, or with our children's parents, or if the children are spending time with two sets of parents. So these principles can apply to co-parenting within a relationship where we are still partnered together too. So I just want to make that clear. And the other thing that I want to make super clear is that when I'm talking about these principles, I want to be super clear that I'm talking about couples who have not experienced any intimate partner violence, including emotional abuse or psychological abuse, going either direction. So if you have had a difficult time with your partner and are on the way, or have separated or have divorced, and there was violence, there was domestic violence or intimate partner violence present in your relationship, and there's been a lot of conflict around that, I would definitely recommend that you seek help and support from a marriage and family therapist and or from a social worker in your area so you can be seen locally. These recommendations or guiding principles are really for families who are having a pretty standard separation or divorce process, okay? And who are attempting to parent together in the best way possible for their kids, okay? So I just want to put that out there, make it super clear right from the very beginning. Okay, so this is Lunch Break with Laura. I do a series of talks every Wednesday at noon here on my Facebook page. We cover things like parenting, couples communication and relationships, and taking really good care of yourself. And so we're on a communication with others, and other relationships segment this week, and we're talking about how to have a harmonious co-parenting relationship. And I'm going to be sharing my 3 guiding principles that help kind of set the tone and can be a little bit of a North Star for you as you're navigating, learning to parent with someone that you're no longer partnered with. Okay, so the first one is coming to a place of acceptance. When we experience change in relationship status, when our relationship has shifted to something new with this person that we're co-parenting with, we go through it almost like a grief process where we had a plan, we had a vision for how our life would go, and suddenly we're on a new path. And oftentimes we experience lots of the symptoms of grief, despair, anger, denial, bargaining, and then eventually we come to acceptance. And how you get there and how much time it takes you to get to acceptance is an individual thing, just like with grieving. But it's a really important piece of having a working, well-oiled, harmonious co-parenting relationship with your children's other parent. So was this what was planned for you? Probably not. Is it your reality? Yes. So you really must come to a place of acceptance in order for your kids to feel confident and secure in accepting this as their new normal. So this means letting go of blame, guilt, unresolved feelings. And although I know you can't rush this process, because again, it's really similar to the grieving process, it's super important to be on that path and do whatever work you need to do to get there. And because this can take a little bit longer, it's not something that you can just be like, okay, I accept it. This is where the other guiding principles come in. So acceptance is first because it's this overall mindset shift. And of course, if you know me and you've been following me, you know I'm all about the mindset shifts, right? So that's what we do first. And then these other two guiding principles guide you in the here and now, what to do, what to say, okay? So please, again, let me know if you have questions as you're hopping on here today. Say hi, I'd love to hear from you. So the second one is do no harm. Or another way to say this is the kids come first. Okay, so ask yourself, when you're making a decision, particularly when it involves an interaction with your co-parenting partner, who does this benefit? Why am I doing this? Is this snarky comment about my ex benefiting my child, even though it feels really good to me? So set an intention here and now that when it comes to co-parenting, you are going to put your kids first. Sometimes this means swallowing pride or hurt feelings and giving your kids the space to love and miss their parent and love and miss the way the family life was before, even if it wasn't good for you, right? They're allowed to grieve and process in their own way. And it's our job to hold space for them in that process. Sometimes this means working on being collaborative and making decisions with your co-parents. And understanding that very little in life is more important to a child's health and well-being and development than having stable, loving relationships with their parents. Okay, so when you think about that relationship, and not just the relationship your kids have with you, but the relationship that they have with their other parent is hugely important. And while you are not responsible for that relationship, you are responsible for creating an environment where a kid feels comfortable and safe engaging in that relationship, okay? And sometimes that means that, we don't have to agree with all of our partner's parenting choices or be 100% on board with them, but we do have to be 100% on board with the fact that your child's relationship with your former partner or with your co-parenting, the person that you're co-parenting with, matters. It matters to them. It matters to their well-being, and we're putting their well-being first. So this means checking your ego at the door. This means disengaging from any natural competitiveness that you might have. It means treating your partner with love and respect, just like Michelle Obama would say, when they go low, we go high. And modeling this for your children is so important. And in fact, it would be wonderful and awesome if you could find ways to speak highly of your partner and their parenting choices in front of your kids. It's important that they know that you see the good in their other parent. So those are really important things. So the second guiding principle is do no harm. And this is particularly important if you haven't come to that place of acceptance yet. When you get to acceptance, the do no harm principle will be much, much easier. If you're still in the process of accepting that this is where we're at, this is the life going forward, that this is what happened, whether it was good or bad, whoever's fault it was, if you're still holding on to blame or judgment or guilt, this do no harm principle is harder. And that's why it's so important for it to be there, okay? And then last one that I wanted to share with you today was the principle of being committed to conscious, respectful communication. Even if when you were with your partner, that wasn't always possible for the two of you, right now, afterwards, after you've separated, you need to find a way to make that happen. We don't always make it easy on our partners to communicate in a respectful way, but we have to make that effort. And hopefully, as you come to acceptance, there will be less emotional tie to your partner, and conscious, respectful communication will become easier as you let go of hurts and blame. But in the meantime, it's going to take effort, okay? And so that means really committing to it. Communicating directly and respectfully to your co-parent, not having your child be a go-between for you, Setting up systems like a shared calendar, a joint email account that you can use to register your children for school so that everybody has access to the same information coming from teachers, all of those things. When there are problems with the child's behavior, and there will be because they're children and they're human and they're growing and they're learning, being able to talk with each other and figuring out how you can both best support your child. And that doesn't mean you have to do the same thing. It doesn't mean you have to have the same perspectives on parenting. All it means is that you're going to be working together with the ultimate goal of best supporting your child. And that's so important. It's important to communicate regularly so that the kids know that even though your circumstances and the structure has changed, that you are still a team. And when you screw up, when you snap at them, when you make a snarky remark to your former partner or to your co-parent, you apologize, you own it, and you model what it means to take responsibility for your actions. So, yeah, so those are the three, right? Acceptance is first. It's a broader, bigger thing that you should be working on your own, through journaling, with a therapist, all of those things. Maybe with a night out with your girlfriend so you can vent and get it all out and move on, or multiple nights out, whatever you need to do. The do no harm is the second guiding principle, where you're really putting your kids first, and putting your kids' relationship with their parents, all of their parents, first, not just their relationship with you, right? So really honoring that relationship is an important thing for the child's development, regardless of how you feel towards that parent, right? And then the last one is committing to conscious, respectful communication with your partner. Now, even if your co-parent partner isn't adhering to these principles, you still can. You have very little control over what another person is going to do or say or put into practice. Your power lies within you, and following these principles, even on your own, will certainly help support your children in navigating this time of transition well, even if your partner isn't engaging with them. Again, this comes from a place of you need to be differentiated from them. There needs to be space where you're not going to let them and their behavior change your goals and the way that you know you need to be doing this for your kids, for the benefit of your kids. This often means swallowing pride. It means taking really good care of yourself so you can do that and be authentic with it. But committing to that yourself is so important for your kids. And you never know, being an inspiration and modeling this may make it easier for your co-parent, the person that you're co-parenting with, to join in and follow in with that. If you are being humble and open and conscious in your communication, it will make it easier for them to do so too. So those are the things that I wanted to mention to you. Please let me know if you have questions on this topic. If you're catching the replay, go ahead and drop them in the comments. It'll notify me and I'll come back and answer your questions. I would love to hear from you. And if this is a topic that maybe isn't so pertinent to you, but you know someone who could benefit from it, please share this video. I'm always happy to get the message out there to anyone that would benefit from it. So, okay, well, that's all I had for today. It was a quick one, unless you guys have any questions. Oh, I see my friend Anna is on here. Yeah, if you have any questions or need support in this area, please feel free to reach out, and I look forward to hearing from you. You guys take really good care of yourselves today. All right, bye.